Now, when you're doing hypothesis testing, you'll often want to calculate the effect size. So, let's say you know a certain population mean to be 100. People in sample A took medication number 1. The people in sample A have a sample mean of 120. After running your statistics, you find the mean of sample A to be significantly different from the population mean. Now, people in sample B took medication 2. Sample B has a sample mean of 200. After running your statistics, you find the mean of sample B to be significantly different from the population mean. Hypothesis testing only tells us that each of these samples are different from the population. It does not tell us the strength or magnitude of this effect. Now, just looking at this, you would imagine that even though they're both different, 200 is a lot more different from 100 than 120 is. 200 is 100 more, while 120 is only 20 more. But we have special statistics to calculate just how strong this actual difference is. So effect size is a measure of the strength of an effect. After running any statistical analysis, if you reject the null hypothesis, it then makes sense to calculate the effect size to determine how strong your effect was. Not just that your sample is different from the population, but how different? What is the strength of that relationship? Now, I'm not going to talk too specifically about how to calculate that. I'm just going to give you one example of effect size, and that is called Cohen's d, which is just the mean difference divided by the standard deviation. So I can plug in some numbers here. Remember that the population mean was 100 and one of the sample means was 120, and I just made up a standard deviation and I got 0.66. Don't worry about that too much. Just realize that if you plug in values into Cohen's d and you calculate it, you can calculate the effect size, where something that's 0.2 is a small effect, something that's 0.5 is a medium effect, or something that's 0.8 or greater is a large effect. And in the future, actually, when I'm doing more advanced tests, we'll calculate Cohen's d, we'll calculate the effect size for different examples. But for now, just know that it is possible for us to measure how strong the effects that we find are using Cohen's d and effect size.